You've been dieting for 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, sometimes even longer. Or maybe you're looking to get shredded, you're looking to hop on a diet, and you're thinking, what am I signing up for? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the top 3 drawbacks of being shredded. Because believe it or not, there are some drawbacks and we need to talk about them. The first drawback of being shredded is having no energy at all. Once you get to a certain point, everything starts to feel like a chore. Even just getting out of bed and going through the motions of your day is all you can be bothered to do, if even that. Don't even get me started on how you feel in the gym. You could look like a walking muscle and still feel like you've never touched a weight in your life. That's how bad it is. That's how hard it is to get a pump too. You can do a set, do an exercise, do an entire workout, and you just feel flat, you feel tiny, you feel small, regardless of how you look. On the exterior to other people, don't get me wrong, you look insane. You really do. But between you and yourself, you feel terrible and you feel like you look terrible. Imagine you're trying to eat, but every time you bring the fork to your mouth, the food just falls off and you can never take that bite, but you're hungry and you're trying. But every time you bring that fork up, the food falls back down and you're left there to suffer. That's what it feels like to work out while you're shredded, because you can't get a pump. You're chasing this pump, but you can't get it, and you're doing every rep and you feel like it's right there, but then it's not. You just don't feel good, and it's hard to appreciate your work from that position. But we trust the process and keep going anyway. Isn't that right? The second drawback of getting shredded is having trouble sleeping. I can't tell you how many sleepless nights I've had in my lifetime just sitting up, literally thinking about food. Now that I remember, you're laying there and you're just thinking about what you want to eat, what you wish you could have eaten throughout the day, what you did eat, what you could eat, what you want to eat, what you will eat later on. So you're just thinking about food and your body needs it. I try to counteract this by eating a little bit closer to bedtime so that I don't go to sleep too hungry. But regardless, when you're in a deficit and you've been in this deficit for a certain period of time, it doesn't matter really how you time your meals. Your body is hungry no matter what, and it's gonna stay up and try to deliver that message to you to go eat. But we're not gonna eat, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna stay strong. No midnight snacks for us, no midnight ice cream, no PB&J, nothing. Okay, we're gonna stay strong. I know it's hard. Like I said, you're not gonna be able to sleep some nights. You're gonna lay up there and all you're gonna think about is food, and you're gonna think, man, if I just have a little bit, I'll be good, I'll be okay. Don't listen to that voice, okay? Listen to the voice that says, listen to my voice in the back of your head that says you can do this, and go to sleep. Finally, the last drawback of being shredded is having no libido. This is a little bit of a sensitive topic, but understand I'm just reporting based on my personal experience and the research that's out there, which is undeniable. So having no libido means you have no sex drive. And this applies to more than just sex. It applies to just your attitude about life. When you have high libido, you're up, you're moving around, you're energetic, you're charismatic, you're just feel like you're on one, right? Having no libido doesn't just mean that you don't care for sex. It also goes hand in hand with having no energy, which I mentioned earlier. Just having no vitality, having low sort of life force in a way, if you will. This can obviously be detrimental for several reasons, but in general, it is a sacrifice that you will have to make throughout this period of time where you're really trying to push it and take it to the next level in order to get there. And just like with the other 2 drawbacks I mentioned, this is something you don't really experience until you're already at the point of being shredded. I would say already below 10% body fat, especially if you hang out in that zone for too long, your libido will just go out the window. If you have a girlfriend, if you're married, and this even applies to women as well. Women lose their libido. So if you have a boyfriend or if you have a husband, understand that this is going to come up. And my recommendation, my suggestion would be to have this conversation with your significant other in advance so that you can just make them aware of what to expect so that they don't misunderstand it and take it the wrong way when you're not feeling up for it and they might feel rejected. I don't think this is really talked about enough, but it is an issue and it is something that comes in between relationships a lot, especially if you're on a prep or really taking your diet seriously. At this point in your transformation, you don't want anything except food. You seriously can't think about anything. And when you even start to think about anything sort of intimate, you can't. You physically can't. All you can think about is food. So it's an interesting feeling. It's kind of weird, but it's crazy how your mind plays these tricks on you or tries to, and your body tries to deliver these messages to you, but you consciously ignore them and push the limit of what you can do. I think that's really amazing. I think that's one of the aspects of prep that is most valuable, is going against your nature, going against what your mind is telling you, going against what your body is telling you, just enforcing your will and dragging it into reality. Because again, this is not natural. Your body is not designed. It's not meant. It doesn't want to get this lean. But you're doing it in a calculated way and you're completely rejecting what your body wants. And again, just enforcing your will. You've been absolutely killing it. If you're watching this and you're on a prep or you've been dieting for a while, I just want to say you're doing amazing and keep going because there's still work to be done. And I want to see you absolutely demolish what you and everyone else thinks is the best version of you. I want you to absolutely demolish it. I want you to do the impossible, and I want you to transform not only your body, but your entire reality as well. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. This is Evan Auga at the Astro Physique. Shoot for the stars.